you know.
You're like, I lived the shit. I don't need to see it again.
I was like, 2 tears in a bucket, you know. No, I guess I just look at the clips and see what happened. I see them coming at my girl Joy. I don't like that, you know.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be we need our interviews, because literally people don't, they're so like one-sided. Like there's so much stuff that happens behind the scenes, right? And people have their feelings for whatever reason. Let me tell you, if somebody said, I'm gonna take your man, we gonna have words too. I don't know what woman in America, if somebody says, I'm gonna take your man, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, cool.
So wait, let me ask you this, because as a viewer, I didn't understand that. I didn't know, was it at the beginning of the process, like at the end, in the middle? Like, can you provide some context for that?
I'll have her do it. But all I'm saying, if this is my man,
Yeah.
first of all, for you to be able to say, I'm gonna take your man, you already know that that's somebody's man. Let's go back to like the beginning.
Yes.
For you to say that, that means you already know that's somebody's man. But that's a bold person to say, I'm gonna take your man. So let's go to the whole out of context. How else can we look at that? If we break down the sentence, how can we look at I'm gonna take your man in a different context?
Okay.
I don't think I can. Were you gonna take him to the store? Was it a comma? A semicolon? I mean, help me. You know, that's why I'm like, don't play me. That's how I would take it. I'd be like, don't play me. You gonna take him to the what? But you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. I'm just. Are we gonna play that game? Like, oh, out of context. What okay, give me the alternative, the second definition. You know, of take my man.
So, but I guess like my thing is, well, and you know, when I heard that, I thought about, you know, is it salt and pepper? I'll take your man. But I didn't know whether or not, was that her man? Was that at the beginning? Like, was that like when they were like real serious? That, do you know like the timeline of it, or does that
I
even matter?
said different times in different areas. It's been said.
Oh, so it wasn't just one time. Oh,
But it's disrespectful anyway.
okay, okay. And it's weird because just thinking about, you know, the show, right? You go on the show with the intention of finding your love and knowing that you're going to date other people. And unfortunately, you know, some people, they feel like they have a connection with somebody, but it's not as strong as they want to. Sometimes people can't take a hint, like, okay, the person's not interested, you know what I mean? Something like that. But I wasn't sure, because as a viewer, it comes across as, well, Clifton was flirting with the girl. You know what I mean? It didn't seem like he didn't have any interest. So, but again, with editing and with the timeline and stuff like that, as a viewer, it just didn't make
But
sense.
how I look at it is, I was flirting too.
Okay.
We all flirting, right? You go on a
Yeah.
date, flirt, but doesn't mean that you're the one or you're the one. I'm flirting. That's a part of dating. The only thing is that we're on multiple dates.
Right.
But if
With
you're
multiple people.
yeah, if your natural flow is a flirt or to flirt, then I'm gonna flirt on the dates. If that's my natural. If I'm a jokester, then I'm gonna flirt on the dates. If I'm a very charming person, I'm gonna be charming on the dates. It's everyone's personality. So if Clifton, for example, flirts, he's gonna flirt on every day.
True.
He flirted on my date, and I didn't be like, he's mine now. No, I didn't do that. He flirted on my date. Okay. That's all.
Okay, let me ask you this, because just watching as a viewer, it appeared that Joy and Dakia got along, like even up until the retreat. Like, you know, they were very respectful and all that jazz. So the comment was that, had that already occurred even at the before the retreat?
I can't. Oh, sorry. That's my son. Hold on.
Meanwhile, hello everybody. Hey, hey. How y'all doing? Hey, Cece. What's up, boo? I like Carmen, on a side note, I like that chair, girl.
Oh, thank you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can't speak on that. All I know is how I did, how I responded to a lot of the women, and it can be taken anyway. They were associates, almost like in a business. I didn't come
Mm-hmm.
and find a man.
Yes.
So they were associates, and of course, an associate I'm going to give respect to. Doesn't mean
Sure.
or dislike them. It's just, hey, we're in the working environment. We're all together. Um, but however, when you're working with somebody, if somebody's taking a break for too long, you're gonna be like, okay, she always taking a break for too long. Or if they leaving their station messy, you're gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? So as you have personalities, you could start off at a normal level, and
Sure.
then you can have irritants, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't care for this person, or I love that person. They always bring donuts on Friday. I mean, it's just you're gonna learn personalities. That's what it is. Um,
Sure.
and it's okay not to like people, and it's okay to love people. It's just normal.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think like, you know, I know that you probably noticed that like I'm gregarious, girl. I be out. I have a good time. I love people. You know, I'm a kumbaya, but don't fuck with me kind of girl. You know, like I love you, but yo, watch your mouth. But at
Right.
the same time, what I also recognize are straight shooters. You know what I mean? So like if you have a big personality, you're a straight shooter. You know, going on the show for me, for my season, my goal obviously was to find love, but I was also looking forward to having that camaraderie among my castmates. You know what I mean? Because I had seen it in previous seasons, and so the cherry on top for me would have been the relationships with some of my castmates, which actually came to fruition. You know what I mean? Now this is people don't understand. It's so much shit going on behind the scenes, and then you find out more and more and more, and then next thing you know, this person is beefing with that person, and blah 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 blah. You know, and it's just you take a position or you don't. You know, and as you
Well,
mentioned, not everybody's going to get along. You know, and not everybody's going to like each other.
sometimes people force you to take a position, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, if you're friends with that person, you can't be friends with me, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes in different atmospheres, people force people to take a position, and it's really hard, right? Because you're
Mhm.
team B, right?
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and people can apologize anytime. People can say, you know what, maybe I was wrong, or take accountability. And
Mhm.
you don't have to have beef the whole time.
Mhm.
Feel
Mhm.
like it's not worth it. Let me just call this person. Let me email this person. Let me DM, text them, whatever. And that just really didn't happen with our season. We're totally
Yes.
divided.
Not yet though.
I don't think it's
It's right now though. It's intense and it's raw. You know what I mean? And I'm just speaking from my experience, Carmen, because there has been like a lot of drama even on my season, and I'm sure you've heard some shit. And it's a pressure cooker environment. You know what I mean? It's highly intense. It's like, there's still some raw emotions now, but with time it does subside, and so it doesn't mean that you're going to be friends or anything like that, but over time, as your life moves on, because right now you're still in the thick of it, you know what I mean? Like today was like the last night of the
girl.
shit being televised.
I haven't watched it since I didn't watch when my parents was on it.
You did it, girl. You need to go see your parents. They cute.
I saw the little clip and I was like, that's enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Um I don't need to see all that because you're right. Your emotions are still in it, and sometimes
Mm-hmm.
step away and come back, right?
Yeah,
As
yeah.
in it. So I'm like, okay, cool. I don't need to be a part of that right now. I just see the little bits and pieces of it, and I understand the audience being judgmental for one side or the other. I actually talked about that today. It's Mental Awareness Month. Don't
Yeah.
be hard on any of my casts. Don't be too
Mm-hmm.
hard on any of them. Me, uh, Demetrius, Donovan, Dakia, Sabrina, even people I don't care for. Don't be too hard on them because we're all going through stuff in life, right? And I would never want to be a part of a situation where I push someone to their limits, where, you know what I'm saying, they're in a
Yeah.
depression, And so as Black people, we really don't. we're not aware of that as much as we should, and we don't go to therapy like we should, and we don't talk about our problems like we should. And in these high pressure situations, it can weigh on you.
Well, and then the other thing too, Carmen, is that it's very easy for us to get caught up in this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy for you to get caught up in it, and then you're believing things, you're hearing things, you're believing things, and then you got a grudge. You ain't talking to somebody, and then after a while, you're like, man, fuck it, I don't even care. But at the same time, I think that with time, if you want to, when things calm down, it could be a year, 2 years, 5 years. You just never know. But um, you all are such beautiful. You're everyone's such good, great, good, beautiful people, and I think that I just hate to see strife. I hate to see us portrayed in certain kind of ways when sometimes it ain't even that damn deep. Some things are just petty. You need to leave it the hell alone. But I'm
Uh,
glad that you and Donovan are doing well. I'm rooting for y'all, just like I'm rooting for Clifton and Joy. I'm rooting for you. I as an outsider, but almost still an insider, because I feel connected with my Ready to Love castmates. You know what I mean? No matter what, we in this, girl. We down in history, but from now on.
we alumni.
Yeah. I mean, that's just who we are. So, and I just hate that this is such a supposed to be a positive experience, and love is positive, and but then
Black
in the hmm?
black love, we don't see, and we don't have a lot of demonstration of black love. And
No.
we take all the mess away, and we just focus on people finding love, friendships, don't look at the negative part, just the friendships, the great friendships that came out of it, the extended,
Yeah.
and and following these people and seeing how their love is built, right? Because everyone's different. Like my love with Donovan is different from Joy and Clifton, right?
Yeah.
We were curveballs. It was hard for us, right? We came in looking like everybody's kissing and hugging and nibbling on ears.
You're like, damn, where do I fit in?
I'm like, he wasn't even babe at that point. I'm like, babe, start the car. I'll be out there in a minute. Like, I was like, let's get out of here. This is, like bullshit right here. Like they kissing and loving, and I'm like, why am I here? I was at a
Yeah.
point here. I'm this curveball. Everybody like each other already. So it was harder for us where, Joy and Clifton started off early, right? And so you all saw them blossom where we're coming in trying to get a level, ground. So, our situation, our relationship is going to grow differently than theirs. But that's the greatness is you all can enjoy it and you all can follow and see, I like how their relationship is. I love how they do this. I love how they do that. And together as we're friends, we can really have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you know, you inviting us to thanks or Friendsgiving. And I can see even then I saw your chemistry then, and how y'all try to play that shit all cool or whatever.
I'm like, over there, them girls who was talking in your ear, but I'm
Look,
like,
I saw you look at me sideways just a little bit, but I was like, but I think she know, hey, girl, I ain't interested in nobody on this damn show. Look,
like,
but I was like, okay, let me just
like
tread
this.
lightly because I don't know who got what or what, who's on first. You know
Well,
what I
we
mean?
either we didn't know who was like we invited you guys out. We didn't know who was together or anything like that. So we were like, they look like they might be together, but I don't know.
Right. Exactly. Like you just never know. You don't know. And that's the other part of it, Carmen, that people don't understand is that even on the show itself, you don't know who to trust or what to trust, right? Because there's so many different stories that are going around that you just don't necessarily know who to trust. So you're already on guard, you know?
Well,
Um,
people will get to know us a little bit better when we have our interviews. But you have like let's say 1 million people watching the show. Only a percentage is going to see the interviews to see okay, why was Carmen upset with this person or why was so and so in love with this person? Like so only certain people are going to get to know those interviews and then they have to decide on what's true and what's not true and who they believe and who they like.
Yeah, yeah. I think that I love the interviews because it was my opportunity. Girl, you know, I was the first one eliminated. So I was like, oh, they don't know me
Girl,
at
that's
all.
like first eliminated from ready.
First woman to live. Girl, I wore that shit proudly because I was like, wasn't nobody there for me. So that was perfect. I didn't want to be the first woman to like quit at the damn mixer, but that's what I was thinking. Like, Lord, I checked out early. But anyway, people didn't have the opportunity to get to know me, and I knew that during the interviews, that was my chance to, for people to get to know me and for me to get to tell my side of the story. So, take advantage of that, because this is it. And truth of the matter is, as soon as Miami starts airing, girl, you, just like our season, will be forgotten.
I'm
Which is,
good. All right, I'll be like this.
yes, that's what I was supposed to say. It works in your favor. Exactly. Like, I mean, it's practically, and the other thing is that what I've noticed is that people will no longer be interested in you or your season once the other season starts. So take advantage of that.
I'm okay with it. And I'm gonna do some interviews. I'm not doing everybody's interview. See, I'll be popping up and I'll be waiting for somebody to say something. I'm like, oh, is that how you feel? Then they be like, hey, oh, no. Okay.
You popped up on Kamisha reviews when I was on there. I was like, okay, she
Girl,
in there.
I know because mom was like, Carmen, why did you block me? Because I can. How about
Girl, did you see my reaction? I was like, oh.
I mean, I keep the same energy. You're never gonna be like, "How's Carmen today?" No, Carmen is the same all the time. But
Yes.
some running their mouth on the interview, I'd be like, "Oh, okay." Then they be like, "Girl, come on." And I'll be having my little notes. I'd be like, "So they try to ask me a question. I'm ready to ask you a question. So, so and so, and you said X, Y, and Z. How about we run that back?" Because
Mm-hmm.
like certain people, um, especially like previous seasons, you just have to. You all know how we go through this
Yeah.
crazy. Never know how we're gonna come across, but there's always a reason for everything. If I'm super happy, there's a reason for it. If I'm
Sure.
sad, reason. If I'm angry, there's a reason. You may not know the reason, but there's a reason. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Well, no, and typically there's several reasons. Like there are so many different things that are happening behind the scenes. And then I'm sure that on your season that there are a lot of dates that were not aired or televised.
yeah.
So it leaves the viewers to try to figure out, like, wait, that doesn't make sense, or how did that happen, or why does she have an attitude, or why, what really happened between so and so and whoever. So
Well, and
there.
then I'm hungry. How about that?
Right. Did y'all get to eat when y'all went out?
That day I was rubbing on Paul's head. I said, Paul, you was looking on me. They don't understand. I went over there to console him because he was ready to get in his car and leave. So I'm
Why?
rubbing because he was hungry. You know how many girl, he was hungry. I was like rubbing on his head. He looked at me like I'm like, and
You
but
like this woosah. Look.
right, they was like, dang, you don't dealing with Carmen. Da, da, da. He's like, so Carmen, I'm so sorry. Later, he was like, I'm so sorry. I was so hungry and mad, and you know what I'm saying. And then I had the nerve to ask him for a bite of his salad when he was already hungry.
He like, this is some rabbit food.
He
You
was
trying
like,
to
ugh. He was mad. Here's a salad. They was, you know what I'm saying. He was like, and I'm trying to talk to him, and he's like, he was not trying to have it, and so, but it came off like he was angry with me.
but he was just hangry.
Yes. And so they're like, ooh, like, thanks, Paul. He was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, what happened that day? He was like, I was hangry. Remember that? I was like, oh, okay.
So who's your first interview? Who's your first interview with? Is it Crystal?
Yeah, but I don't know her interview style. And she called my babe lame. So I'm going in hot.
No, Crystal is one. She is sweet and she's genuine and she's gonna really. I think you'll enjoy interviewing with her. Don't go in hot. You can go in lukewarm if you want, but not with Crystal because she's gonna be.
But when you know what I'm saying, like journalists, I feel like you should not, you should be biased. You shouldn't be biased.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, but this is kind of not like a journal. This is not such a journalistic type of.
Well, she called my baby lame. Okay, that's my
Well, then
man.
you can ask her why, but don't go in hot with her.
What? Yeah, I can ask her why. I know why because she had an interview with somebody and she felt like what he said was lame. So I'm like, okay, bring
So
that
she
same.
thought what he said was lame, or she thought he was lame, or both.
I It was like, but it's hearsay. Everything we say is hearsay unless it's on recorded.
Well, girl, you know when things are recorded, it can be distorted anyhow, right?
Fact,
So that shit ain't gonna matter.
fact. Like, right, right. Unless it's live.
Right, unless it's live. That's the
It's
only
live.
way.
Right. I was just like, I would have been like, let me listen to both, parties before what I'm saying? Because we be watching, we be like, I thought that person. I already went after Jay. Jay from Texas.
You went after Jay?
Yes, he did. I didn't go after him, but we was on a live like together in the comments, and he was like, "Duh, duh, duh." I said, "Oh, I seen you. I seen you on a live talking Stone Cold Cash," and he was like, "No, it's all fun. Is it fun? Ooh, put my name in your mouth. It's not fun, no. It's not
Girl, you
fun."
ain't no joke, huh? Where are you from?
I'm from here, Virginia, Northern Virginia.
Like Loudoun County?
Yes, girl, Loudoun County.
Oh, I know about Sterling. I know
Oh,
about that little Ashburn. I,
Ashburn. You
girl, I
call it?
was going to Leesburg Outlet tomorrow.
Ah! Yes, yes. I don't even go, and it's right down the street,
Girl,
literally.
Burberry got a sale, honey. I called them today.
And you should be there. As much rain we got, you got the right outfit.
Exactly.
Okay, off you. I let you finish your live, girl. I need to charge my phone. I've been
No,
live.
I appreciate you jumping on. And like I said, I'm rooting for both you and Donovan. I think that you are such a cute couple. And like I said, just seeing you in person, and try not to, again, it's easy to get caught up in this shit, but I'm hoping that after that time will be healing, and it could be a year, it could be 2 years or whenever, but I would love to see, people at a decent place, and watching, I think if you watch the show, you can get angry all over again. So
That's why I'm watching it. So I'm peaceful right now. Right now.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm rooting for y'all, and tell Donovan I said hey.
Yeah, I think he jumped on, baby. I'm getting off now.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
Donovan. She jumping off. You want to jump
no,
on? I mean, what y'all
I
trying to do?
I'm supposed to be in bed, baby. I know, I know.
Oh, you better check on your boo. He's like, why the hell she on live with Libba?
You like went to go get some water and you've been gone for 20 minutes.
Oh, he's there with you?
No.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it. That's what the hell I'm talking about, girl. Y'all better.
Okay, you come back 2 hours later.
Well, look, let me not disrupt some black love. And for all my people who joined me and Carmen, thank y'all for watching. I'm hopping off. I don't have nothing else to say. I just wanted to.
Girl, you have a good Friday night.
I will, girl. Thank you. See y'all later. Bye-bye. Bye, y'all. Wait. Thank y'all for joining. I'm trying to, sign the hell off, but it's still 55 people up in here. Who else want to join? Anybody else trying to join on here? Who else is on this damn live before I hop off? Let's see. Who else is? Uh-huh. Well, there you have it, you guys. I didn't even anticipate being on here this long, but thank y'all for watching. If y'all not following this sister, y'all welcome to follow me. If not, y'all can watch my shit. I don't care. All right. Y'all have a good evening, and then let me